Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at the WinBridge S328 portable PA system. I've had the opportunity to look at a lot of different WinBridges, and so my expectations on this one are quite high, but I don't think that they'll disappoint. It does come with their standard shoulder strap, which is really quite nice. This one also has a fair amount of heft to it, but it's really quite small still. Going around the device, we have our on and volume. And I don't know if you can see or not, but it does have an LCD display on it, which is kind of a neat little feature. You have a mic in, your USB input. It can play music off of a USB card, as well as the TF card here on the side. This one does charge off of USB, which I really quite like, and a lot of their models do have that ability. But that allows me to charge this off of like my solar power bank, solar powered battery. The belt clip is removable, so if you need it more in a kind of a slim fit, you can definitely take that off. And this one also has an antenna for FM radio, which is really also, we'll try that and see if we can get some good reception. This room, for me, unfortunately, is notorious for conking out radios. As far as stability, it does have two little plastic kind of a feet to it, so it will stay up. You can easily knock it over if you're not careful, but on its own, it'll stay up just fine. Also in the box, we get the charging cable, the USB charging cable, as well as I'm gonna totally destroy this box, but their wireless headset. It does not come with a charging brick, which I wish this one did, but it doesn't. That's okay. Anyone who has a cell phone these days is going to have the wall wart or the charging brick needed for this kind of a cable. But I personally appreciate it when they do include it. It also comes with a little bit of a manual. I'm going to look it over real quick just to make sure. Again, the short press will allow you to play music off of the USB or the TF card. The long press will switch it to the FM radio. So in theory, if we turn this on, it also has a clock that we'll have to set, it looks like. And if we long press mode, that'll allow us to change the clock. And now we do have radio. See if we can find a station. Again, I'm not horribly...
oh,
there we go.
It's the mirror moment. It's time for a revolution in education in Utah.
Quite surprised. Like I said, most of the radios I've tried, you can't pick anything up in here, so I'm quite impressed that did indeed work. Let me go ahead and try to pair up the headset with it, and we'll see just how good the volume is out of the headset. If it's like most of the other WinBridges, we should be able to turn this on. Turn this on. And then this one actually goes off of the, looks like off the radio. So we're at 96.2 here.
Directions, it's not for the adults.
So we go to 96.2, we should pick it up just fine. This one is not a wireless remote or a wireless headset, in the fact that what it does is it actually broadcasts to a radio signal, which gives you an infinite number of channels you can choose from. Looks like we are getting a little bit of crackle, a little bit of feedback. I might be able to get rid of some of that if I... Hello? Okay, so those are not volume buttons. Those are, in fact, your changing your frequency. So you want to be careful of that. Don't think you can change the volume there. However, you can get a fair amount of volume out of this. I am getting a lot of feedback though. I think if we were to play with this a little bit, you can see that we don't get near as much feedback, especially if I turn up or I bring up the antenna and stay a little bit away from it. There's a fair amount of volume coming out of this actually. I'm quite impressed. And another thing that I would quite like is if this headset actually just does broadcast over a short area of a radio signal, you could have multiple bass units all dialed into the same channel and have multi-directional sound, which would be really a nice added feature to these PA systems. That would give you unlimited amount of sound. I don't know what the range is on these necessarily. I'd imagine it's pretty good, especially if what you're using it for is an auditorium congregation of some sort or a classroom. But it also allows you to be not physically tethered to the bass unit, so that you're free to move around, free to do what you need, and I really like that about this one as well. The a little bit of tinniness to it, but I don't think that's necessarily the fault of the PA system. I think that is the just the nature of using radio frequencies to push across. It will be a little bit tinny, and depending on the acoustics in your room, you'll hear it more or less. All in all, it's a really great item. I love the fact that they have gone to the radio broadcast to be able to push your sound through. For the wireless mic, you do have a wired mic if you'd rather do that as well. But that opens up a lot of possibilities, and I think it's a tried and true technology. I've had many devices over the years for a long time that allowed me to do this kind of thing with, say, the old Discmans, things like that, and they worked really quite well. So I'm very happy with the fact that they went this route with this particular model over using a wireless signal. All in all, a great little unit. It's a great way to have a little portable radio with you, as well as a really nice way to make sure that you're heard. This again is the WinBridge S328.